Hi guys, Amy here. Let's talk about focusing on the frustration. I love this topic, and it might sound a little bit contradictory if you've heard me also talk about leading with what lights you up. That's important too, but I also want to talk about how paying closer attention to what really bugs you, what gets under your skin, what keeps showing up that is frustrating you, how focusing on your frustration can also take you in the right direction. I talk a lot about intuition, and your intuition speaks to you through your emotions. So you want to pay attention, good, bad, or ugly, to your emotions because they are pointing you in the right direction. Maybe it's going to help you establish and work toward achieving a new goal. Maybe your uncomfortable emotions are there to help you overcome a challenge. But let's talk about using your frustration in order to attain a goal and or to help you go further faster along your career path. And of course, as always, I'm going to provide some specific examples to really help lock in the message. One of my career coaching clients came to me for help in getting his career shifted. So a lot of my career coaching clients are actually between 40 and 60 and have been very successful in their current career path, but they're not happy anymore. They want to be doing something different. But guess what happens? Maybe they know what they want to do, but fear kicks in because what if it doesn't work out? What if I give up this security and then I don't make any money, or what if I try and then it doesn't work out and then people see me fail? So all different kinds of potential scenarios and challenges that can come up. But the way to go faster, go further faster in the right direction for you, whether you know yet what it is or not, is to pay attention to your emotions, and that's your feelings speaking to you through your emotions. So frustration, when something keeps getting under your skin, keeps bugging you, maybe about a certain person, maybe about certain situations, maybe about your job, you want to pay attention to that. And with this particular client, he had done very well and in his current role, but his integrity around what he was doing, not that it was a bad thing, it just wasn't for him because he woke up feeling like defeated every day, not good about what he was doing. There were certain aspects of the job that really got under his skin. And when we dug deeper there, it was very clear and easy to see that there's a good reason for that, because what you despise most about your job is showing up to point you into the opposite direction. Okay, this is bothering you so much because what you believe in is really the complete opposite end of the spectrum. And so this problem, this frustration, this challenge that is not sitting right with you, the reason you're feeling so unaligned is because the complete opposite, a different direction, is meant for you. And in focusing more on the frustration, we were able to open up the possibility and the create space, I should say, for the solution to come in, which is pursue this direction over here. So I don't mean to be so elusive with the example. I'll share a more detailed one of my own examples. I just like to be respectful of my clients, even if I'm not saying their names, and just share a little bit of the story if it can help. But the point is, you want to pay attention to your emotions, positive or negative, and your frustrations, your negative emotions can help you point you discover your new direction, point you in that direction, and go further faster if you pay attention to them. And a lot to the negative emotions, that is. A lot of times we ignore our negative emotions because we want to be comfortable. This is a natural human instinct, and it is okay, so don't beat yourself up about it. But I'm encouraging you, challenging you, and inviting you to pay attention to your negative emotions, because they are just as much as what lights you up, and leading with what lights you up, focusing on what really frustrates you can also create space for an opportunity for an idea to come in that is the right direction for you. So we all have things that light us up, we all have things that get under our skin, and when we get curious about them, what they are and why, acknowledging and then getting curious, peeling back the layers, well then boom, it's like these light bulbs will go off. Oh, this is what I need to do. And that's your first step, which is all you need to see, because we can only take one step at a time. We're not hopping. We're not kids anymore playing hopscotch. I know that sounds kind of silly, but it's true, and a good reminder. We can only ever take one step at a time. So why do you need to know the next 10 steps? You don't. And that's not how life works. We don't know who we're going to meet when we walk outside our door. We don't know the next person that's going to show up in our lives to teach us something, to help us with something, to start a new relationship with. So there's excitement in possibility, and possibility is the unknown. So a lot of times, we don't open our minds to see that potential next step because we're not sure it's going to work out. But you don't want to focus on that. Focus on what lights you up, and also equally focus on what frustrates you, and then let that guide you to the next direction. So I'll give a quick example of my own. I'll give 2 examples super quick. Let's see. So I had been doing medical sales for several years, and I loved it. I loved my job. I was doing well. I had a President's Club, or was coming off of a President's Club winning year. I believed in the product that I was selling. I felt like I was helping patients. I was making good money. And then suddenly my excitement and energy around my job just came to a halt. I couldn't do it anymore. And I know, one thing I know about myself is that when I don't want to do something, I can't make myself. I cannot make myself. It's like I hit a wall and it's not going to happen, which sounds like a challenge, but it's actually a gift because it helps me shift directions when I need to, because there's actually something better for me that is meant for me to do. So I was in a largely commission only role. My base pay was like super low, and I made a lot in commissions. And so knowing myself and that I was not going to be able to force myself to keep going at the rate that I was, I knew my income was going to start dwindling quickly and I had to figure out a new direction. And so I used my old trick, stating the problem and then letting go, so that I could be open and present for ideas and for the solution to show up. And I said, I remember I was walking along in my neighborhood, walking home from my sales job that day, because I live in Manhattan, so a lot of running all over town. So I was walking home, and I said, I want a new job, but I don't know what it is. And it was a hot, sticky, humid day. I believe it was August. My business casual clothes were sticking to me, and I just felt like, ugh. And I said, I want a new job, and I don't know what it is, but I do know I need to make X amount of money, and I don't want to wear business casual anymore. I'm sick of this. And then I just kind of put that idea out there into the universe, and I let it go. And then I started getting ideas, and even the ones that made no logical sense, I started following up on those ideas. And then that's how I ended up getting into recruiting, where I was working from home, no more business casual. Of course, now I want to be out and about more, speaking and things like that. So now I'm ready to do the business casual thing again. So, we change and grow. But yeah, so I followed up on I started putting the word out, the energy out that I was looking for something new, and 3 or 4 opportunities came my way, and I ended up choosing the riskiest commission-only one, but it gave me the most freedom. So the feeling hot and sticky in my business casual clothes, really what that symbolized was that I wanted to feel free. I needed to be more free. So that's something that I've been following for a long time now. It's one of my drivers. I talk a lot about identifying your drivers. And for a lot of us, freedom is one, and it is for me. So I was in outside sales. That helped me to feel free, but then I needed to be more free. So then I started working for myself and from home. So anyway, so that's another example of focusing on the frustration. I suddenly felt frustrated about certain aspects of my medical sales job. Now, medical sales is great. This is just for me, how I was feeling. So not saying anything for other folks out there who are leading really great careers in medical sales. It's a great career path depending on you. And it was for me for a long time, depending on you and what you want. It was for me for a long time until it wasn't. And I was able to very quickly make a change by focusing on my frustration, focusing on what I didn't like, helped me to see what I did like, which opened up the possibility for the solution to present. I think I'll leave it there for this video. So remember, focus on your frustration, pay attention to your emotions, the good, the bad, because just as important as it is to lead with what lights you up and go in that direction, it also can be just as powerful and empowering and help you accelerate further, faster towards your goals and discover what those goals are by focusing on your frustration. Thanks so much for watching. If you got some value from the video, I do invite you to please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and I will see you in the next one.